Who are you doing with the pitchers? You're going Verlander and who in that scenario?
Verlander, Duffy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, the money's just not there. There's not enough cheap plays on the board. It's interesting. You can go Barrios and save yourself 1,000 and go Barrios, Duffy.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, if you want to get crazy, you go Barrios, Duffy, and then stack up the Brewers. Verlander is going to be the highest owned guy, unless you're telling me that the lineup's almost impossible to construct with him. I still think people are going to shove him in, and he's going to be the highest owned guy. So at that point, while I think he smashes in this spot, there's always that opportunity for a lethal Brewers offense to get to him and get him out of there early, and then your just leverages through the roof at that point.
All right, well, let's give it a shot just for funsies. Let's do the anti-Verlander lineup and hope and a prayer.
Sure.
So I don't know if you got your stats up there. I don't know if you got your stuff, or you just want to go off you and I's guts feelings. But if you're going to do it, I mean, do you just go ahead and throw Yelich in there at 5,700 to start it off?
Yeah, I think what you have to do is you have to go with the guys that are going to hit home runs. I mean, that's going to be the start of the unraveling of Verlander. It's not going to be single. It's just not going to happen like that for him. He's going to give up a couple home runs, and it's just going to kind of all fall apart. So I think you have to go.
Are you looking at the lineup right now?
No, I looked at it earlier. So I think you have to go Yelich. I think you can absolutely go Braun, but you don't have to. But Yelich is a lock. I think Braun's okay. Moustakas. If you're looking to save some money, you've got Shaw, and then definitely Grandal. Those are the guys that I would target. The guys that are the real power bats. And I really don't mind Arcia either. Probably going to stay away from Gamble and Kane, but the other guys I think are the way to go.
Yeah. What about Tim's?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want
Thames.
to.
Did I say Tim's?
Thames? I think you have some positional equity. That there's some other guys at first base that you might want to play in the other games, and so I think you can. But I don't think a 5-man stack's necessarily the way to go. I think a 4-man stack is probably the best way to attack. So I think you can leave out the first base position, but I think Grandal is the lock. I think Yelich is the lock, and I think that Braun gives you a significant upside for his price, and then what I think his ownership will be. So that's kind of why I would leave Thames out of it.
And so you wouldn't go to the 5th man and go to Shaw in there for saving salary?
You could if you wanted to. That would be the only way that I'd go to the 5th guy, though.
Right. All right. So then you're a fan of Nelson Cruz on the day?
Yes.
Let me see if I can get Cruz in there. All right, I only have 3,000 left. 3,100 left per player to get a first, third, and shortstop if I don't play with Shaw. But if I drop Shaw in there, it gives me 3,500 apiece for a first baseman and a shortstop.
Well, you did Ryan O'Hearn is only 3,100, so there's that.
That leaves 4,000 for the shortstop. Not enough to get Polanco. So you could look at Ronnie Rodriguez, Gordon Beckham.
If I was picking, I would go Beckham over Ronnie Rodriguez. Ronnie was really hot for that little period, but he really came down to earth.
So that lineup would look like Barrios, Duffy, Grandal, O'Hearn, Moustakas, Shaw, Beckham, Yelich, Braun, and Cruz.
Why not?
All right, here's the $2,500. All right, we did it. We done did it. All right. Yeah, I might mess around with that and see if I can put another more reasonable lineup in. But it's definitely a nice long shot, huh?
I think you might win it. This might be it.
I'm gonna take the whole thing. Yeah, that contest is now full, so my opportunity to put another lineup is gone. But
all you need is the one.
All you need is one, baby. All you need is one. I think I'm going to leave it be. I think I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to mess with it. Either it's contrarian and win, or it's absolute last place.
That's how we do it.
That's how we roll. All right, Mark, what's on your mind, man? How's work been? How's everything down in North Carolina? You found that property yet?
I have not found any place yet.
Well, that's not good.
No.
What?
It's been a little challenging.
Job's been going all right?
Yeah, job's good.
Did you get out to see John Wick 3?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry, I lost you there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. What was your last question?
I said, did you get out to see John Wick 3?
I did. Last time, actually, over Memorial Weekend when I was back home in Michigan, we went and saw it.
And how was it?
Most excellent.
Most excellent, as I would expect. Any
It
more or
was
less dialogue than the last two?
a little bit more. I would say it's better than the second one, though. So
Yeah,
I would
the second one was good. First one was just unbelievable.
Right. Exactly.
First one was amazing. Second one was good. But
and they already announced a fourth one, so
why
we're
not?
going to get more.
Keep it rolling.
That's right.
It doesn't
They're
seem
so
to be
good.
terribly difficult acting for Keanu, so.
No.
Yeah.
And Halle Berry was awesome in it.
All right.
She was like the female John Wick.
Well, I guess I can't wait.
Yeah, it was good. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
What have you been doing?
Waiting for it to
Vegas,
come out.
baseball games. I've been busy, boy.
I'm right there with you. I'm waiting for it to come out on Showbox. So
Oh yeah. So what else is on anybody's mind here while we kill time waiting for Adam?
Well, we got Game 7 of the Stanley Cup tonight. The first Game 7 in 9 years.
All right. Well, all right. Give us a breakdown, Mark. Tell us what you're thinking. Have you done any hockey showdowns on DraftKings?
I have not. It's so tough to predict these games, and yeah.
Well, I think we should do it. I think I'll throw a lineup in if you talk me through it.
I can try.
All right. I don't know anything about hockey, so you're just gonna have to tell me.
I will tell you. You must play Riley Reid.
All right, we'll start that. Ooh, we got $1 million to first golf tournament going on this week, don't we?
Yes.
yeah, I think it's $100 to get in though, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I just saw the advertisement. All right, so Ryan, who'd you tell me to play?
Ryan Riley.
Ryan O'Reilly.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, he's in. All right, he was $10,600. We have $50,000 to work with. That leaves us with only $7,800 an average per player for the rest.
Yeah, let me pull it up here so I
you
can
gotta
follow
find some-
along.
Yeah, so we got to play some, second and third players here. Second and third line players. Listen to me
That's
talk like I
interesting.
almost know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so they're doing it as a flex. Every position's a flex. Well, that's good.
Correct. You can play whoever you like.
Interesting. So we have to layer cards. Do you believe in St. Louis or do you believe in Boston?
Well, you've been telling me St. Louis all the way, but this is Game 7 in Titletown.
Yes,
That's going to be a tough win.
that is going to be a tough win. I'm going to throw. Let me.
So the way that Chris always attacks these showdowns is he makes the narrative in his head. Is that correct, Chris? You gotta create the winning narrative and how you get there.
Well, yeah, because you're going to have to create the correlation. I mean, if you're going to go with Reed, you have to go with probably somebody that correlates well with him. So somebody that's on his line, somebody that's on the power play with him, and if he's going to be the guy that you're going to build around, or is he going to be a one-off? If it's me, I'm guessing that this game is going to be a tight game. I think both teams are going to play pretty tight. Just thinking about a Game 7 situation and how the players would react. So I would almost think that the goalies on both sides probably are worthwhile to roster. And then, I think the big thing that you're going to have to try and do is figure out who's going to score the, 1 to 3 goals, maybe 4 or 5 tops, and then who's going to assist on them? Is somebody going to score 2 of them? And if somebody scores 2, you need to have that guy in the lineup. So that's kind of the way that I would look at it. I think I toyed with making a lineup for this, and then I closed my app. So I'm like, yeah, no.
All right, Mark. So do this. Okay, I put O'Reilly in, and I put both goalies in. That leaves me $7,600 for a piece for the last 3 guys. So you got to find me some value. You got to find me one of these guys down in the 6,000 or lower range that you think's going to get the playing time, power play, penalty, whatever the magic combination is going to be. I need somebody probably below that, David Perron, Tyler Bozak area.
Oh, we can find. Actually, you just named a couple of people that are very, very good. So let's see here. Let me find the lines.
But if you're going to go with those, 1 or 2 of those guys, you now have 3 St. Louis guys. So you're going to kind of thinking that St. Louis is going to win.
Yeah. So here's what I would do. So I would put Perron on because he plays with O'Reilly.
All right, now we got 8,000 left apiece for the last 2.
So that's a good number, because then...
So you could get away with playing Torrey Krug, you could get away with playing Jaden Schwartz, but then you'd have to find somebody real cheap to go with them.
So I'm actually going to go with Krychek for Boston.
Okay,
it's 7,500.
Yep, I see him.
That leaves us 8,600.
That's right.
So
this is where you make the decision. Do you believe in Boston or do you believe in St. Louis?
Or do you put Krug in and you go 50-50?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put Krug in.
All right, I like it. So we're looking at Ryan O'Reilly, Binnington, Rask, Perrin, Krychek, and Krug.
Yeah, and this is me betting on St. Louis a little bit because there's one key stat that if Brad Marchand scores, Boston has won 20. They're 28-1 when he scores.
Uh-huh.
So I'm saying he's not going to score.
I like it. All right, I put this entry in. I'm trusting you.
Which contest did you put it in? Because I got the same lineup.
I put it in the 118 entry $5 500 one-timer showdown.
Okay, I'll avoid that for you.
Yeah, well, it's full.
Why? So why? You could be just like Danger and just duplicate somebody else's lineups, and that way one that would have just been chop pots. It's not like he's never done that before.
Yeah, well, it was an accident. Were you on the show for that one, Mark, or is that the week you missed?
That must have been the week I missed.
So it was like 6:48 right before the 7:00 baseball lock, and I reserved a 3 max tournament, so 3 lineups. But I was running out of time, and Chris and I had been talking only for, I don't know what, Chris, about 15 minutes prior to that, and just kind of going back and forth, so I was kind of trying to just throw some last minute. Well, I'd reserved them, and the contest filled, so you can't take them out. You can't withdraw when the contest is full. So Chris had screenshot a group of his 3 lineups, and I just copied them in real quick, so then I was aware of the guys that he liked, so I could compare them with my guys. And then a whole bunch of stuff happened around my house with my 3 kids and wife, and I didn't realize that I never went back to it till after 9:00 that night. and I left them all in there. So at least it was better than leaving all empty if I would have reserved them as empty lineups.